Hello, everyone. I'm going to respond to Mr. Rotimi Amaechi. He said something. He did an interview currently that is being reported. I'm gonna look at that report that he did. But before I look at that report, he still says something. The crux of the matter is that Amaechi feels that the Nigerian youth are not doing anything, and he wonders why, with all the hardship that is going on, that the Nigerian youth are refused to storm the streets and refused to do to take action as would be expected. Yeah, so in some of the headlines, you see, of course, where he talked about how difficult it is now for him to buy diesel and so many other things. The hardship in Nigeria is real and it is affecting everybody. And when you have the rich are also crying over little things before that the hitherto would never cry over, you know that it's really biting hard. But let me say something to Amaechi, that Amaechi probably does not realize, or he has forgotten, or he just chooses not to know about it. The youth of Nigeria have come out many times to stand for their country, many times when things were difficult, and they fought for what we have in our country, and they stood. Guess what happened? They were disappointed. Not only disappointed, they were disillusioned. If there's anything, and this is one of the things I have said over time, the biggest thing that Buhari did, Buhari's administration, of which Rotimi Amaechi was part of it for 8 years, other than denigrating and talking down on the same youth that he's looking for to come out and be on the streets for him so that he can then waltz back into power. Those same youth, he denigrated them. He never took them as anything. In 2014 going to 2015, the Nigerian youth were tired of all the nonsense that was happening in Nigeria. Jonathan was the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, PDP was in office, and PDP was doing all sorts of nonsense. A whole lot of nonsense with impunity. Even him, Rotimi Amaechi, he experienced part of that impunity. In 2013, they removed the security operatives around him, and police will come and give some useless excuses that were out of the way. They tried as much as possible to remove him, Rotimi Amaechi, from office. They tried to impeach him. If not for his coconut head, he wouldn't have finished his tenure as governor of Rivers State. We saw the fight that went on between him and the wife of the then president, Goodluck Ebele, Jonathan. And you saw also what happened during the governors forum when he won the election to be governors forum, and they said, is it 16 is greater than 19? And you know, Jonathan insisted and made Jonah Jang the president or leader of the governors forum. Nigerian youth saw all of this, and they were angry at the killings in the nation, at the impunity where people would be killed. The president wasn't doing anything, and they decided to come out on the street. Even when fuel was increased, they came out. You saw what happened 2012. That was in the first time, I think, whether in a long time or with the modern this thing that we had, that Nigerian youth came out and they were on the streets and they protested. I wasn't part of that protest because, of course, I wanted subsidy to be removed, and for me that was one of the greatest things that Jonathan did, although he couldn't say. So I didn't join the protest. But I admire the tenacity of the youth, their ability to cooperate, their ability to come together and demand for a better Nigeria. 2014 all the way going to 2015, when Chibok girls were taken away and the government wasn't doing anything. 19 days, the president didn't say anything about girls who had gone to school and was taken away. They came out, they stood on the street. They refused to go for years until when COVID happened. That was when even the Bring Back Our Girls physical, movement was stopped. But where am I going to? 2014, the greatest protest of all happened. And what did the people do? Those same Nigerian youth that hitherto had rejected Buhari, they came out and said they will give him an option. That was the biggest protest against Jonathan. But what did they get? The same Rotimi Amaechi that is talking today was part of that government that stole the dream of the Nigerian youth, that stole the hope of the Nigerian youth, that stole everything and disillusioned them. So you think Nigerian youth will come out? They won't come out on the street, because the last time they came out on the street, the last time that, irrespective of what they were saying, they decided, they voted Buhari that they had rejected because of the impunity that was happening then. Everything worsened. It wasn't that even what Jonathan had done. What did Amaechi do while he was in the government of Buhari? What did he do for the youth? The same youth that he's waiting for them to come out on the street and go and protest for him towards his way back into office. What did he do to them then? He was arrogant to them. He denigrated them. He insulted them. And today he dares to come out and wait there and ask for the youth. Your children are also youth. Bring them out. Let them stand. Your family members, you have youth. Bring them out. Let them stand. You lead the protest. We'll follow you. Come out and lead the protest. Your wife is there. You are there. Your children are there. All your supporters that you will use during election that you say you have this thing, bring them out. They are also Nigerians. They are also buying the fuel at the expensive rate that we're buying. All of us are suffering. Bring them out so that that protest will stand. When you people are in power, it gets into your head. And you forget that power is transient and that it will come to an end. And when it comes to an end, the question you ask yourself is, what legacy have you left for anyone? And the politicians are sitting down there, the same politicians that insult citizens, the same politicians that will tell you all sorts of things, that will mock citizens, that will use this thing, tear gas to go and beat them. When youth came out to end SARS 2020, they were being killed. They came out, police will say to them, we will kill you and nothing would happen. They came out, they stood. They said Buhari sent military to go and kill those Nigerian youth that Amaechi was part of. He was a minister in that administration. What did Rotimi Amaechi say? He said nothing. But today he has the audacity and he dares to come out and tell the youth that, oh, why are they not on the street? Rotimi Amaechi, they cut your leg. Why you not dey street? Your leg no fit come out. You don't get mouth to talk. Come out on the street. When the Nigerian youth were killed, what did you do? You were minister in that administration. You did nothing. Those same youth that were killed, when they came out to simply say that we want our lives to be protected, they are the ones you're waiting for now, because you now are out of office. You now on the other side, you're waiting for them to come again and protest for you. So that's the reason why Nigerian youth are not coming out to protest. Because the administration that you were part of, the hope that they thought they had was taken away from them. It was stolen. The worst thing that Buhari's administration, that you, Rotimi Amaechi, was part of, was not destroying the economy, was not destroying in Naira, was not making life hard. It was the fact that it stole the dreams of Nigerians. It dashed the hopes of Nigerians. It disillusioned Nigerians, especially the Nigerian youth, who put their lives on the line, who were out, even against police, who went out, protesters against INEC. You people couldn't come out to protest. 2015, when police were saying they were going to shoot, they were there. They stood in front of INEC and said the election must go on. I was there. They stood in front of INEC and insisted the election must go on. And then you got into office. Instead of you to work for Nigeria, you guys decided to work for yourselves. And you dared to talk nonsense and tell us that the Nigerian youth are not there. Well, I'm not a Nigerian youth anyway. It's my children that are youth. But I'm going to speak for myself and say, the protest that I am on is to ensure that the structure of criminality, that political structure of criminality that you people have put down, is to bring it down and get in leaders with competence, character, and capacity that will govern this country. Thank you for watching.